This is AM 730 KPP in West Memphis, Marion, Arkansas, Memphis, Tennessee.
Get ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. For the next hour, we will forget about the black man, we will forget about the white man, and we will deal with the human. Pastor Andre Guy is here to answer your questions from a biblical perspective. He's an humble man who's on a mission to bring the church together with a Bible and a dictionary. He will tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help him God. And now, here's Pastor Andre Guy.
Good evening, Memphis and the rest of the world. Welcome to another edition of The Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. I'm Andre Guy Reed. There you got Q here. And for the next hour, let's forget about the black man. Okay, let's forget about the white man. Let's deal with the human from a Bible perspective, if you will. Feel free to call in at 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. For the comments, suggestions, agreements, or even disagreements we may have, we can always agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Okay, the Truth Radio Show brought to you by the Truth Radio Network. We deal with everything from sex, race, religion, politics, and even sometimes sports from a Bible perspective. Final ministry about Jesus the Christ. Amen. And remember, y'all got only a few days left. If you're on Medicare or Medicaid, call Sheena Armstrong at 901-303-8804. That's 901-303-8804. Sheena can show you benefits that you may not know you qualify for, and they are free. Call Sheena at 901-303-8804. For your best soul food eating, go down there and see Miss Sarah Lee. Highway 51 North, best soul food eating inside of Middleton, Memphis, Tennessee at 6646 Highway 51 North. And for your exterminating need, call Chris at Godfather Pest Control, 901-581-5534. How that cornbread is? And that cornbread like cake. They need to start calling it cake bread. Cake bread. Yeah. You know, Q wasn't in here yesterday, and I was talking about the show yesterday about how Zuckerberg got on CBS this morning and told people that, yeah, there will be these political ads that people are putting out. That's a lie. They false. But yet and still, watch how many people. I ain't call the other guy in RC's name. John, watch how many people that take this false information and use it to go and vote for people to pass laws that are against God. Let me play that for you yesterday because Q said he wanted to hear this. Now I decided to hack that. Hold on, we're going to get
it. And Tony DeCopel. For the first time, Facebook CEO and co-founder, that's Mark Zuckerberg, and his wife, Priscilla Chan, are sitting down together for a network TV interview. We recently visited the couple at home and at the offices of their philanthropic company, the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, known as CZI, which is 4 years old this week, same age as their daughter. There's a reason for that. We'll tell you all about the ambitious work they're doing at the initiative in tomorrow's broadcast. But
in perfectly all morning. You get in here, does every time, but don't let it bump up. They're basically telling you this political season, just like Bloomberg, all the newspapers he owns, he told them.
We spoke with them about the couples, about the challenges of confronting Facebook right now, including the criticism over its handling of political advertising. The main thing now that people are talking about are the political ads, that you don't want to take down political ads that people know are false, that they contain false information.
You know, what I believe is that in a democracy, it's really important that people can see for themselves what politicians are saying so that they can make their own judgments. And, you know, I don't think that a private company should be censoring politicians or news.
But a small group of your employees wrote a letter saying that they wish that you would reconsider because they said free speech and paid speech are not the same. Do they have a point?
Well, this is clearly a very complex issue, and a lot of people have a lot of different opinions. At the end of the day, I just think that in a democracy, people should be able to see for themselves what politicians are saying.
Even if the ads are containing false information.
I think that people should be able to judge for themselves the character of politicians.
You were in D.C. recently. There was reported later that you had to with the president of the White House. What was the nature of the meeting? Can you say?
Not having a truth
Sure. I mean, we talked about a number of things that were on his mind, and some of the topics that you read about in the news around our work.
The dinner was not disclosed by the White House and only became public after the fact through news reports. It came as President Trump was openly discouraging Facebook from banning political ads. Listen, people would say the optics weren't good. Did he try to lobby you in any way?
No, I mean, I don't think that's that. I think some of the stuff that people talk about or think gets discussed in these discussions are not really how that works. I also want to respect that it was a private dinner, right? It was a private discussion.
At the same time, Facebook faces antitrust investigations into its dominance of the social media marketplace. At least 2 federal agencies and 47 U.S. states and territories are asking if the company engages in anti-competitive behavior.
There's no question that there are real issues that we need to keep on working on it. But I think it's important to not lose track of just the enormous good that can be done by bringing people together and building community.
People who know Zuckerberg well say Facebook wouldn't be the company it is today without the influence of his wife, Priscilla Chan. She's a teacher and a doctor.
When Mark and I talk about these issues together, it's like I also have the lens of being an educator and pediatrician that's worked deeply with families and individuals and all types of communities. And when I zoom out, I also see that these are societal problems. These are not problems that one person, one company can fix on their own. There's not going to be some silver bullet. But we need to work together as a society for that steady progress.
She's right. You know, they both believe that these are societal problems. It's certainly keeping him up at night, and she's very concerned for him and how they will navigate this forward. He feels very strongly. Something is hitting my mic. He feels very strongly in how he runs the company, and he wants to do good in the world. And I think it's something that they're all trying to navigate.
They are societal problems, but Facebook is a huge role right now in terms of the traffic of conversation around the world.
And on these political ads, it's definitely a contrast when you hear our colleagues at 60 Minutes report just last night. YouTube and Google have taken out 300 political ads from Trump campaign. Facebook apparently not.
And then,
it's all new territory for a lot of people. Everybody's trying to figure it out and do the right thing. You can see more of our interview with Mark Zuckerberg and Priscilla Chan. That's tomorrow on CBS This Morning, including their goals for the Chan Zuckerberg Initiative. We'll talk about how they want to help, listen to this, cure all.
Somebody, can you go ahead and put the call through? Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Papa Guy, y'all be careful calling them devils, man. They're gonna pop that man time.
What's up, other guy? How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, man, I know my old lady, Joan, my old lady, Mother Joan, over there feeding because she ain't heard from her in a couple of days.
Well, Joan ain't your one, but I'm glad you called. Well, guess what we got today?
What we got?
You know, I told y'all a few days ago I was going to make up a song for the birth of Jesus.
Get a hair.
And I didn't say,
That's a good song, man. Let me hear that.
Okay, yeah, because Mountain Man called it yesterday and asked me about that. And I said, since I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to follow through. So I got up this morning to keep my words. So this is what I got so far. Now, y'all, just a rough draft. But the name of the song is Thank You, Jesus, for Your Birth. Ain't got no music or nothing, just some lyrics. You ready?
Ready.
Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. You came to save this whole earth. Died on the cross to save us all. Son of a man at the final call. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. You showed mankind what we are worth. Jesus paid a debt he didn't know. Satisfied debt we couldn't tow. Showed mankind what we could be. If we let the word of God set us free. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. I give my entire life back to you. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. Without you, I don't know what I would do. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. God use you to show love to us all. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. You're the final sacrifice so we won't fall. That's why I say, thank you, Jesus, for your birth. You came to save this soul earth. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. Show mankind that we are worth. That's the thank you, Jesus, for your birth song. Amen.
Make me a stack at 6 o'clock at night. You gonna make $1 million off of that one. That's all right there, Pastor Guy.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something.
Now, tell me about Facebook, man. What do you think about these folks?
That's what I'm going to tell you about.
Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg is absolutely correct.
I knew it. I knew it.
I knew you knew it.
Yeah.
He is absolutely correct.
Tell me.
Here's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I told you this over and over. I don't know how many more times I have to tell you this.
Hours before he was found asleep at the wheel.
Once someone believes it. Now, you guys have followed this evil man down this rabbit hole on nothing but lies.
Wow.
Donald J. Trump have told nothing but lies. They have, in a 3-year span, they have recorded over 1,000 lies that this man have told. Verified, proven lies and stuff and everything. It's not Mark Zuckerberg's responsibility to keep this man from lying or to keep you guys from believing the lie.
Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you saying that Donald Trump has told a lie about how he's going to represent as president of the United States? Or are you saying that Donald Trump has told a lie, his personal life?
Donald Trump would much rather climb up a flagpole backwards than to stay on the ground and tell the truth. He done nothing but lies. He lied his way into the White House.
Has he told his truth about how he was going to represent America?
No, sir. No, sir, he hasn't.
Tell me what lie that he told along those lines.
Okay. All right. Last day before he became the president, okay, these are his words. I'll be so presidential. Here's a man out here calling black men sons of bees. That ain't right, man.
He called everybody that he don't like the SOB, man. Well, how did you just pick black men out of that?
Because they're like 70% of the NFL. That's who he was talking to. He wasn't talking to the white boy. So he was talking to the black boy.
So in other words, he should have said 70% of y'all are SOBs.
I could have took it better.
Oh my goodness!
I would have been able to take it better, man.
If he had said that, then he would have said, made sure that he meant it was all black people.
But Pastor Guy, what I'm saying is it's a dog whisper. See, even you.
Oh, it's a dog whisper. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's take your 70% that you just threw out there.
Okay.
Let me throw 80% at you.
I like it.
80% of the people of the First Step program that have been helping get out of prison early are black.
And that's another lie. That's another lie.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir. They reported on that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They reported on that this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a joke.
Oh, is it?
Letting them people. They said they got them people. And the ones they letting out, they said they going back and getting them back in jail.
Well, the ones that I know that I actually talked to one a couple of days ago. They not only not back in jail, but not only did they let them out of jail, but they set them up with a job to get them so they won't go back to jail. Now these ain't people I saw on the news. These are people I'm personally talking to.
Sir, you know how I feel about people that go to jail. If they go to jail and they committed the crime, they should be there. All right, that's my personal opinion.
Well, Mother Jones just sent you a message.
Message from Deputy Lawrence Jones' mother. Other guy isn't walking, living, breathing liar.
You're walking, living, breathing.
She ain't getting no French fries with this Christmas meal that I'll be getting next year. There'll be no French fries and chicken for her.
What about soda?
She might lose out on that.
Everybody get bread and water.
Yeah. You gotta have a soda with them little five burgers, man. Come on now. Come on. I ain't gonna do it like that.
So you meant the burgers ain't no good. Why you taking Mother Jones then?
Because she hates me. This is my way of paying her back. I will get her to her. I hope she choke on mine.
Come on now. Golly. Okay, I got one more question before you go. I've been playing this clip. Laura Lightfoot them fired Eddie Johnson.
She should have.
Okay, she should have?
Yeah. I think I must talk about her being gay.
He called her homosexual. So in other words, are you trying to say that because Eddie talked about Juicy Smollett and Laura is part of that culture?
Okay, I'm talking about her. Hey, let me tell you something. See, you Republicans cannot have it both ways.
I'm not a Republican.
Well, conservative.
I'm a Christian.
Okay, look at her, Pastor Guy.
I believe in conservative.
Eddie broke the law, and by him breaking the law, he got to pay the price.
I got no problem with that. Let me ask you this question. Since we're on the law and said they broke the law, they got to pay the price. And I agree with you. Nobody's above the law. Then surely. No. That woman, Miss Kim Lee, what's her name? You know, there's a prosecutor. They're just behind the scene, let all them charges disappear on justice. Surely she going out to her too, ain't she?
Go ahead. What now?
Surely she going out to that one. What's her name? Kim Lee, the little prosecutor that these charges just mysteriously disappear off Juicy.
No. That's a good black.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. No, right. Good black. Pretty black woman. What's wrong with you, man? You lost your mind. What are you gonna go after that good, pretty looking black? Oh, bald-head Eddie Johnson and stuff like that thing. I'll put him in jail. I'm breaking laws and stuff, drinking, and then got married to pull other people over for drinking and driving.
Well, I can't defend the brother on that one.
No, he can't be defended.
But now I can't say this though, because he have 2 weeks before time for him to retire. Mm-hmm. You know that, don't you?
2 weeks before time for him. Oh yes, I do. I'm very aware of that.
Okay. You know, we're talking about Chicago. You know,
Right. So I lived there for 15 years.
You know the corruption that goes on there, though. You're aware of it.
Yeah, it was corrupt when I was there. It was even more corrupt.
My thing is this. Is it possible that, even with the fact that Eddie gave her the nails and the hammer to nail him down, but is it possible that this is vindication of vengeance because you came out to Juicy and I'm teaching y'all a lesson, don't come out to the homosexual community?
I can see that. And I have no problem with it. Leave the games alone.
Oh, Mother Jones. Oh, they homosexual. Mother Jones got a mess with you and your chicken.
Message from D. John's mother. I don't want no chicken or fries or nothing else from other guy. That's what he gets for calling the president a liar.
You hear that, don't you? Listen, you don't get a chance to be in the presence of Mother Jones, sir. You don't get a chance to even see what it feels like to see if she enjoys chicken and fries.
I really wish you had to pay to place that last clip to Mother Jones, because now she won't get no soda water.
Here go Laura Lightfoot, y'all. They cut up in Chicago.
DeMar explains it's all part of the lie. The mayor says cost Johnson his job. The lies.
They only buffers when I come in here and go on the air. You notice that, you? Every time. But I waited out. Because they're like Satan is the prince of the air. I'm a child that has learned patience, long-suffering, and temperance. Can't even tell y'all about it as it's coming up. Miss Laura's going to explain why she fired this man with just 2 weeks to go. She could have let him take sick leave. Just roll the clock on out. 2 weeks to go. And there are people that feel like you can just get what you deserve. Remember this now. Smile or just a frown, turn upside down. Same thing make you laugh or make you cry. Amen. While we letting this buffer, go ahead and send the call on through. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
I don't care what the devil say, Jesus real. Hell, smoking and God.
What you say, man? Did you hear the song?
I heard the song. It was great. You know, y'all put some jingle bell. Put some a Christmas sound to it.
All of that say that cute. I need some music. I can't do the music. I can do lyrics. I can't do the music. I know when I hear what sounds good, but I can't write it and make it do it.
Well, shoot, write it down. I'll put the music to it, pass it back to you, and you can sing it with it.
All right, got it. Wrote down.
No. Oh, now I do arrange now. I can do that because I got my.
I know that's why I told you I need you to put some background music. You want me to sing it again?
That's up to you now. Put it out there. It sounds good. Hey, look, well, before you do it, let me give a shout out to other guy. I think other guy like it too. He said it. Come on with it.
Thank you, Jesus. Let me see. I'll be recording. I already did my own poem copyright. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. You came to save this old earth. Died on the cross to save us all. Suffer for man at the final call. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. Show mankind what we are worth. Jesus paid a debt he didn't know. To satisfy a debt we couldn't tow. Show mankind what we could be if we let the word of God set us free. I gotta do that one. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. I give my entire life back to you. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. Without you, I don't know what I'd do. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. God used you to show love to us all. Happy birthday, my dear Jesus. You're the final sacrifice, so we won't fall. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. I'm getting out of prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. You came to save this soul earth. Thank you, Jesus, for your birth. Show mankind we are worth. I'm gonna tell you, slow down. And I'm trying to rush it. I'm trying to watch the thing buffer two at the same time. Now that's what I did. I did that one this morning before I came to the radio station.
Hey, brother, I'll hook it up for you. I put that sound behind it. I sure will. I'll do that.
Well, I'll call you after the show.
Okay, all right then. Y'all, look, y'all have a Merry Christmas because it's on the way, y'all. Y'all, look, don't forget who's the reason for the season.
Jesus the Christ. Jesus the Christ. Amen. Amen. Yeah, Laura Lightfoot. What do you think about that, Q? Now, what you think about Zuckerberg?
Man, you can
That's not drinking with a woman, not his wife. Ours with
anything here.
That's a wheel.
Our Charlie DeMar explains it's all part of the lie. The mayor says cost Johnson his job.
A lie's a lie. He told me something that happened that night that turned out to be fundamentally different than what he portrayed to me and what he portrayed to members of the public.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot firing Superintendent Eddie Johnson. At no point did she refer to him by his now former title.
Mr. Johnson failed the hardworking members of the Chicago Police Department. He intentionally misled the people of Chicago, and he intentionally misled me.
There's a person asleep at the stop sign in a black Chevy Tahoe.
At the center of the mayor's decision, the night of October 16th, when Johnson was found passed out, slumped over the wheel of his car. Johnson told the mayor he had a couple of drinks with dinner, but to reporters, he chalked it up to a medication mix-up.
If somebody being asleep in the car doesn't mean they're impaired in any way.
Johnson intentionally misled the public in a press conference he called.
The mayor isn't going into details, but says she's reviewed portions of the Inspector General's ongoing investigation into the October night in question, including video evidence. Lightfoot said firing Johnson was her only choice.
Well, at some point, the IG's report may become public, and those details may be revealed. I don't feel like it is appropriate or fair to Mr. Johnson's wife or children.
She's going to details, she's going to be
Interim Superintendent Charlie Betty seen leaving CPD headquarters today, starting his temporary role immediately, and now won't have Johnson as a sounding board. In a letter to CPD, Beck said, "I know the events of this morning likely caused a great deal of unease, but rest assured the department is stable, strong, and headed in the right direction."
Eddie Johnson engaged in conduct that is not only unbecoming, but demonstrated a series of ethical lapses and flawed decision-making that is inconsistent with having the privilege of leading the Chicago Police Department.
And Mayor Lightfoot also suggesting today that other supervisors and commanders could be implicated in the Inspector General's report. As for Johnson's pension, he will keep it because he hasn't been charged with a felony. In fact, he hasn't been charged with any crime. Live in the control room, Charlie DeMar, CBS 2 News. Erica.
No.
They don't call no money, just some disgrace. Mm-hmm. You know, they always talking about giving black people a part of America separate from the rest of America. Mm-hmm. I think Chicago, Detroit, and Baltimore are good examples of what y'all will be living in. Cinnamon. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. This is KOP and Frazier.
Hello, King OP and Frazier.
Yes. I want to talk about Hitler.
About Hitler?
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler, okay.
A lot of this abortion stuff is what Hitler was talking about.
Margaret Sanger was a very strong supporter of Hitler's theories.
Mm-hmm. Who was?
Margaret Sanger, the woman who started Planned Parenthood, what was known as the Negro Project.
That's what. Okay, look, I'm finna tie the shoestring.
Tie up.
Hitler wanted a master race of people.
Yes, Aryans.
He wanted that Aryan nation.
Yes, yes.
Jesse Owens.
Mm-hmm.
He has the same last name I have. He's probably the bloodline.
No, what's your first name?
My name is Emerson.
Emerson Owens?
Yes.
Emerson, that's you?
Yes.
Emerson, you don't remember me?
You sound familiar.
How old are you?
65. We're right at 65.
Don't you remember me? You know what? You was in high school in like 1975. 75, 76, wasn't it?
Junior high school, yeah.
When your last name Owens then?
Yes, it was.
And your Emerson Owens?
Yeah.
Let me see, what's the name of that school you went to? What's the name of that school? What's the name of Emerson? What's the name of it?
The Kingsbury, Treadwell.
The Kingsbury and Treadwell. Everybody Kingsbury and Treadwell, we do Emerson Owens. I remember you. Don't you remember me, Emerson?
Your voice sound familiar. Hardaway graduated from Treadwell.
Hardaway graduated from Treadwell, and Jerry Lawler was over there at Kingsbury for a while. Did you know? Do you remember that?
I believe I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Emerson, that's you, huh?
Yeah, but that's what Hitler was talking about.
I ain't never been in schools in my life.
That master race, and he wanted to eliminate the sea. He was surprised. See, Jesse Owens surprised him in the Olympics.
Yeah, he wouldn't even shake hands or acknowledge Jesse Owens.
Well, see, the thing of it is, black people after that were considered 1/3 of human.
Well, people have said that the Constitution never said they were 1/3 of human. They said they were 3/5 vote.
Yeah, and see, Hitler now said the reason that nobody could beat Jesse Owens because he had legs like a horse.
Right.
Legs like a donkey or a horse.
Well, you know, they had a sports commentator got fired for that. Did you know that?
I understand that because see, all this stuff is it ties into Hitler.
Well, not just Hitler. You remember a guy named Jimmy the Greek?
Yes, I remember Jimmy the Greek.
Right, Jimmy the Greek. Well, he's a sports commentator. He lost his job because he said the black athletes are physically superior than the white athletes because of the region that they grew up in. Black athletes are going to always be better in hot weather sports, and white athletes are always going to be better in cold weather sports. And he really told the truth, and they fired that man. He did. You don't see black folk winning at ice skating, just like you don't see white folk beating them at that long jump.
No, you don't. And in the NBA stuff, we don't. But look at King James running LA. He running LA Lakers like he running the show down there. Okay, but look, I don't want my whole lineup. Let me go.
All right, sir. 901-452-3094 or 901-324-7490. Now, you know what I just did with him, Q? Do you know that's how psychics get people? They get them to talking, and then when they talking, they'll play back to them what they done heard them say. And before they know it, the folks like, you done predicted my life. You know, that's why people love fortune cookies. Because the fortune cookies are just like Zodiacs. They always tell them something they want to hear. If they ever went to a Chinese restaurant and bought a fortune cookie and opened it up and they said, you're going to get caught cheating on your wife, they wouldn't buy another the rest of their life.
I'll go back and get no Chinese food.
No more Chinese food either.
No. But can I say this right here about Facebook? You know, you can show somebody some real news that is true.
Mm-hmm.
They'll bypass it because they see it on Facebook. Mm-hmm. It's already really known. It must be true. And they tell you so much fake news is out there. Anybody can put it out there and they'll jump on it. Is it real?
You know, I'm going to show you how the media control people.
Mm-hmm.
They can show you something in media. And then you remember one time King of Pop called in, he was talking about the Ten Commandments show.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, man, Moses didn't take them tabs and throw it down and fire popped up and all that. And I read from the Bible that it said that when he came down there, they took that golden calf, ground it into powder, made the folk that made it drink it, and then made the grandchildren kill their grandparents with worship that out of God. Just as soon as I got through saying that, the next day he said, well, but boy, did you see all that fire when he threw them tablets down? Even if you see it in the Word of God, they'll bag up. Well, that's obvious by the way they vote. They see that God is against homosexuality when they still support it. So they call on to.
That's our man, Chris.
Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, sir?
My man, Chris. My man, Chris. You know what? I can talk to you much easier now. I know you. I know you now. It's easy to talk to you, Chris. I know what your agenda is, so it's a lot easier for me. I can drop my guard. I ain't got to put my guard up. But some people, they be trying to come get me. They don't like me.
Well, that's too bad.
That is. As long as God loves me, I'm good.
You're absolutely right. And you know, I enjoyed the service very much on last Sunday.
So we enjoyed having you, my friend. We did.
Yes, we did.
And I'm going to tell you, it was a beautiful place to be.
And we don't keep you all day.
No, and that was one of, you know, I'm the type of person that from the time I step inside the door, I start critiquing.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
And I'm going to put it to you this way. I don't have one bad critique.
Wow, that's God.
And
that's
so
God.
if you get greeted at the front door and on entrance and the preacher knows how to preach, all those are pluses to me.
Okay. And then that's one thing I always tell people: if you don't get nothing else by coming to Revelation, you gonna feel love from the front door to the back door, and in between, we are stationed and we are trained. We gonna show love.
And that's the pinnacle to the summit.
Yeah.
Was the love that was displayed.
But look, let me get to this though. What do you think about what Zuckerberg is saying that he's doing with Facebook? And well, I think my bigger question is this: how is it that people are not outraged that this man would tell you that he's a news source, if not the news source, and he's letting you know in this political season, I'm going to give you false information and you figure out what is a lie or the truth. But he proclaimed to be a reputable news source. How do we handle this?
That's a good question, because when somebody's telling you a lie, you stand up for the truth.
Oh, too.
And if somebody's telling you they're going to let you decide what is true and what is false, there's some underlying deception going on.
And keep this in mind: these millennials and these younger children. I was just at the store the other day with one of the young men that was going to get supplies for some repairs at the church. And I literally had to take his phone because the whole time he was in my car, the whole time we were walking through that store, the whole time when we left that church, all he was doing was looking at that phone, playing whatever games or whatever mission he's doing. It has our young people hypnotized, man. And he knows this, and he's doing like the Pied Piper. Now that I got him hypnotized, now I'm going to program them to think like I want them to think, and they're not seeing it.
And see, that's part of what was underlying in what they do is these phones today, you can't hardly let loose of them because they have you in a state of suspense all day long. If you let it.
I got something else I've been noticing. I'm glad you said that. You know, they've been raising the price of these phones year after year after year. Yes. This iPhone 11, I think, what is it, about $1,100, $1,200?
Yes.
But I noticed that Sprint, even AT&T, Sprint is giving to you, they're going to pay the $1,100 for you. AT&T said, we're going to take $700 off. All of them are basically taking all the main costs for this iPhone 11. I submit to y'all that this is the master spy phone. Everything you say, everywhere you go, and whoever you go around, they finally figured out the master spy phone where they're making a recording of your life right now. You got to write no book about your life. They record it in Washington.
Everything you do is going to those supercomputers down in Colorado a mile underground. And it, again, they had a special last week, I believe, that the person was talking about every text you speak, every text you send, every conversation you have, every site you go on,
they got to record
every thing that you do with these phones. As long as it's associated with that number is associated with your name, it's being recorded. And not only that, while I'm on this phone right now, somebody can be looking at me.
Oh yeah, these smart TVs, these smart light bulbs, these smart appliances, they're smart because they have technology they're not telling you. But you know, I got one of those things called Alexa. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I turn the Alexa, turn this on, and say, Pastor Guy, don't you know that thing recording whatever you say? I said, yes, it do. I said, just like my phone calls, I know they're recording. The way I figure with the conversation I have, good, keep listening to me. You might get saved.
Mm-hmm. Years ago, the business people here in America were told when they go do business in China to not only turn their computers off, but take the battery out of it. Yeah. Because China has the capability to look at just put it this way, to know what the bid is and bid that bid, and you don't have no more business with them because they got you right there.
They've been doing it. Eric Snow tried to tell us. Oh, by the way, speaking of China, are you aware in the Olympics that are coming up in Japan in 2020 that it would be cashless and no credit card?